Hey, what's up guys? I'm Meraj. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, let's talk some PvM. PvM is definitely hands down one of the most important aspects of RuneScape, with people spending hundreds to thousands of hours just to practice and hone their skills to be able to kill the next tier boss to try to chase some of that juicy loot. The skill gap since the game originally released over 20 years ago has grown exponentially, so let me target the beginner PvM crowd because I know there's a ton of you guys out there, and tell you guys 5 upgrades you can get to help leap you into your journey of learning how to PvM in RuneScape 3 in 2022. Let's get right into it. Real quick before we get in the video, I got to shout out Starman RPG. He said his favorite skill to train was rune crafting, as well as mine. I honestly really enjoyed the grind. In today's video, comment down below what bosses you are trying to learn or have recently learned for a chance to win 10 mil. Alright, number 1 is going to be the Mazcab Ability Codex. All in all, you're really only going to need 2 of these when you're starting out. You can get multiple abilities from this codex, however not all of them you're going to find very useful. The 2 we're going to highlight is Corruption Blast and Corruption Shot. So Corruption Blast is a basic magic ability dealing about 33 to 100% ability damage every 1.2 seconds over 6 seconds. It's a super amazing AoE bleed, and if you're not sure what AoE means, it's area effect. I might reference it a couple times in the video. And same thing with Corruption Shot. It's a basic ranged ability with 33 to 100% ability damage every 1.2 seconds over 6 seconds. It's also an amazing AoE bleed. These are going to be some of your strongest abilities when you're doing a lot of solo PvM content. And in order to unlock these, you're going to want to go to the Grand Exchange and buy a Mazcab Ability Codex, which is going to run you back about 60 mil per. So overall, this is about 120 mil. However, I do have good news. This is the only buyable unlock on this video, so don't freak out if you're thinking, holy shit, we're on tip 1 and we're already 120 mil in debt. I thought this was supposed to be for beginners, but I just had to put this one on the list. The price of the codex has gone up so much recently, but that's because these abilities are just so good. You 100% need these if you're going to try and learn how to PvM. Alright, and without wasting too much time, let's get right here into the second one, Berserk Auras. These are so important. They're going to help you out so much with your damage. We have Maniacal, Berserker, and Reckless Aura. All 3 of these are bought from War and War's Retreat for 25,000 marks of war each. The Maniacal is going to boost your magic level by 10%, but reduce your defense by 15. Berserker Aura is going to boost your melee by 10%, but reduce your defense by 15. And Reckless is going to do the same thing for range, but the 10% increase in the defense going down by 15%. These auras pair really well with overloads. I would definitely not suggest them if you don't have the overloads yet, just because of that defense reduction, especially if you're trying to learn. But if you've got overloads at least, then you're going to be set. Your defense you won't notice too much of a difference, and the increase in damage is going to be so insane. You guys are going to 100% notice kill times getting a little bit faster, and you might be able to hit some more DPS checks on some bosses that you might be trying to learn. So in order to get these, I would suggest doing something like Crasis Public Instances or 4-mans if you know how, or Arch Blazer, just one mechanic, and just sitting there to get your marks of war up. Try to get these before you try to do any serious content. You guys are going to 100% need these. And sliding on into number 3, we've got PvM Relics. These are obtained through archaeology. I'm just going to highlight 3 and then give like a special shout out to a 4th one that could be used as well. But the important 3, in my opinion, are Fury the Small, Berserker's Fury, and Conservation of Energy. So Fury the Small increases your adrenaline by 1% more every adrenaline generating basic, which is going to require 97 archaeology. Berserker's Fury is going to deal up to 5.5% damage if HP is under max, up to, depending on what your HP is at. That's only a 56 archaeology requirement. And this next one, Conservation of Energy, it's not too big of a requirement. It's mainly for majors at the moment, but it's going to regain your adrenaline by 10% after using an ultimate. And that one's going to require 118 archaeology. I would suggest working on your archaeology as soon as possible because PvM relics are super good when you're trying to learn how to PvM. They're going to help you out so much with your extra damage. These unlocks that you're going to get are amazing. The special shoutouts to Death's Ward. It's also a decent PvM relic. If you don't have one of these 3 and you're not sure what to use, you could definitely substitute that one in. And moving on into number 4, we've got the Seers Village Elite Tasks. This is going to unlock the Enhanced Excalibur, which is just going to help a lot when you're learning how to PvM because it's extra life points without having to take up the extra space. So for 4.2 seconds after activation, you heal for 4% of your max life points every 4.2 seconds for 42 seconds if you have the elite tasks done. So on screen now, I've got all of the requirements for the elite tasks. So this is easy through elite, all the skill requirements and quest requirements. It's not too terrible of a grind, honestly. It's one of the easier task lists. So I would suggest getting this one done as soon as possible. It's going to help out at bosses like a Raxor or something like that, where you could use that extra health, but you don't want to bring the extra food. You need the extra space. Definitely try to get this one knocked out sooner rather than later. And finally, but definitely not least, we've got the World's Wakes quest. So this one's going to unlock a couple different abilities. It unlocks, I believe, 5 total. I only put 3 on here because they're the 3 most important, which is going to be Death Swiftness, Natural Instinct, and Sunshine. So Sunshine's a magic ultimate. You summon a beam, and while you stand in that beam, you deal 50% more magic damage for 30 seconds, which can be extended with Planet Feet. You've got Death Swiftness, which is a ranged ultimate, which while it summons a shroud, while you're in that shroud, you're going to deal 50% more range damage for 30 seconds. And then we've got Natural Instinct, which is a defense ultimate. It steals the target's adrenaline and grants yourself the same amount, but if the target doesn't have adrenaline to leech, you increase your adrenaline gain by 100%. This is a really good ability to use on the dummy before you try to go into a boss, because you'll be getting a ton of adrenaline for the first 30 seconds or so during the boss fight. So it's one of those niche ones to use, but it's still a good thing to note because you just get it from the quest. You don't have to do anything extra for it. That does it for my 5 unlocks for PvM beginners that are must-gets in 2022. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. Please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 at the time of recording. Honestly, by the time this is uploaded, we might have hit it. I'm not sure. And if you guys are interested in something like 5 unlocks for mid-tier PVMers, that's definitely something I can do. I consider myself closer to the higher tier PVM. I'm definitely not in the elite level, but I can definitely do like a mid-tier and high-tier PVM unlocks if you guys are interested in that. I know a lot of my viewers are PVM beginners or just new to RuneScape in general, so I felt that this video would be a good one to make. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your guys' support recently. You guys are the best. And as always, it's been Meraj. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.